but the Naukri JobSpeak Index for the month of May has risen close to around 14% on a year-on-year basis. For more details, we are joined by Mr. Hitesh Oberoi, the CEO and MD of InfoEdge. Hi, Mr. Oberoi. Thanks for joining in. That's precisely my first question. The JobSpeak Index is up close to 14% odd. Could you take us through that number, and also what's happening with the other sectors? Because I'm aware that, in fact, IT as well as ITS, they're seeing some kind of traction, but what about the other sectors?
You know, we started seeing an improvement in our business about 7-8 months ago, and the first sector to look up for us was IT, and the IT cities of Bangalore and Chennai and Hyderabad. This sector has now been doing well for the last 2 quarters for us. We are seeing a marginal recovery in some other sectors, some other services sectors like telecom and insurance as well. But sectors like engineering, construction, real estate are still not shaping up well for us. So hopefully, you know, things will get better with these sectors also going forward.
Okay. But speaking about the overall JobSpeak Index, do you expect these levels to sustain, or can we expect some more improvement in the coming few months?
No, we expect our business to improve every quarter from now on, and that has been really the case for the last 2 quarters as well. You know, anecdotally, what I can tell you is that our sales guys are in the field and they meet HR managers every day, and a lot of them are getting back saying, listen, a lot of the HR managers are now saying that we need to go back to the drawing board and we are waiting for business to give us their revised plans. Now, I don't know what that really means, but I'm assuming that basically they're looking at business to increase their numbers for hiring going forward, and that's what we expect to happen.
You said that, in fact, Mr. Oberoi, that the real estate segment, maybe it's not seeing so much of traction. So what about 99 acres? I hear that, in fact, it's not going to be turning EBITDA positive in this year itself. Then when will it turn EBITDA positive?
So 99 acres is still in the investment phase. We see real estate as a big opportunity. The real estate market is much, much bigger than jobs in the long run. And of course, there's a lot of competitive activity in the market as well. Our position is we are leaders in this market, but we are not as dominant as we are in the jobs business. So we've been sort of saying that, listen, we'll do whatever it takes to try and achieve dominance in this category. And if this means making short-term losses, and if this means investing a lot more in the business going forward, we'll do that.
Okay. You said that you expect business to improve, you know, every quarter for you all. In the previous quarter, your, you know, recruitment revenues went up by close to about 13-14% thereabout. So can it cross that 15% mark in the coming 2 quarters? What can be the improvement that we can expect in recruitment in Q1 as well as Q2?
Well, yeah, so, you know, we expect our business to improve every quarter from here on, but our business is very closely indexed to the economy. Especially the jobs business, because we are, you know, sort of in a reasonably mature market as far as online recruitment is concerned. The hope here is that the economy will also continue to improve every quarter from now on, and that is what is actually leading us to say that our business will improve every quarter. Yes, you know, that's been the case for the last 2 quarters, and unless something, you know, untoward happens, we expect this to happen going forward as well.
What's the sensitivity of a 1% increase in GDP to how much it can impact your business or improve your business?
If I were to sort of isolate the impact of GDP, then of course the right kind of GDP growth, you know, does make an impact. Every 1% probably makes an impact about 5, 7, 8% on our growth rates in Naukri.
All right, so let's hope that happens, Mr. Oberoi. But also with regard to your recruitment revenue, you did ponder upon that it's been growing well. What about your margins on that side of the business? It's at around 50% odd. That's been improving on a year-on-year basis. So do you think you can maintain that 50% odd?
So I think in Naukri, if we are able to grow at more than 15% per annum, we should be able to maintain our margins and improve the margins actually if we grow at a faster rate. But in the real estate business, like I said, you know, we are investing aggressively, investing heavily, and that business does not look like it's going to become profitable soon. So margins could take a beating in the real estate business. And as a result, the overall margins of the company would, I guess, depend on the mix of real estate and jobs going forward. It's very hard to say what is going to happen on the overall margin front.
What is the total capex that you've lined up for investment in real estate?
So, you know, we don't really have capital expenditure because most of our investment is in building brand, in building technology, in improving the product, and in setting up.
Fair enough. Okay, the total, you know, expenditure to improve real estate, whether that's in sales, in marketing, in brand building, all of it combined.
Okay. So, to just give you a sense, last year I think we did a turnover of about 76 crores in real estate, and we lost about 4 or 5 crores at the EBITDA level. If we continue to grow, we are investing, assuming that we will get 50-60% growth this year at the very least. And even if we get 50-55% growth, we are expecting to make a small loss. Now, if growth does not pan out as expected, we will continue with our investments. So we could break even, or we could lose even 20, 30, 40 crores in the real estate business going forward. It'll all depend on competitive intensity and what our top line really looks like at year end.
Mr. Oberoi, it's not a big part of your business, but what about Jeevan Sathi? The EBITDA loss was seen of around 8 crores in FY14. What's happening on that front? Do you expect it to turn around in FY15?
Jeevan Sathi is a different sort of ballgame altogether. We are a number 3 player in this category,
right.
And we've been sort of saying that we need to do things a little differently. Otherwise, there is no hope for Jeevan Sathi. And that's what the sort of effort is in. We are trying out a bunch of disruptive activities in Jeevan Sathi, and we are hoping that some of these things will work out, and that will help us turn around the business. We are not investing aggressively in the business, so it's not like real estate where we are saying, listen, we'll do whatever it takes. But we are trying out a bunch of new things. So we'll control our losses in Jeevan Sathi. But some of these things have to work out for Jeevan Sathi to sort of turn around.
I guess it will, but Mr. Oberoi, what about your guidance, your revenue guidance for the coming year? 20% tops, or do you expect it to be better than that?
A lot will depend on GDP growth rate, so it's very hard for me to say what is going to happen. The outlook on the economy changes every 2 months. But yes, if we grew at 4.5% last year, and this year is going to be more like 5.5, 6, then of course, like I said, every percentage growth in GDP adds a lot to our growth rates.
What's the market share at Naukri now?
So if you look at just job boards, and which means excluding the social networking sites, the Naukri traffic share is at 66%, and it's like at an all-time high. And so we can't really expect to make significant gains in traffic share. We have to sort of wait for the market to improve. Of course, we've launched a lot of new products in the last 1 or 2 years, but they're still small, and they will take some time to scale up.
Okay. And do you think this improvement that we've seen in hiring sentiment will stay and improve from here on? So, if we speak to you 1 month later, do you think the JobSpeak index is going to suggest, better levels?
Well, see, for the last few months now, we've been seeing an improvement every month. So, it's a secular trend. It's not as if it's been up 2 months and it's fallen the next month. And more sectors are joining the bandwagon. So my guess is that unless some external shock hits the economy and something happens with the rupee again, and barring all this, I think, like I said earlier, every quarter should be better than the previous quarter.
And which are the next sectors where you're expecting an improvement? So far, it's been limited to IT as well as IT-enabled services. Which will be the next sectors you'll watch out for an improvement?
I think the services, the other services, will improve before we see an uptake in sectors like construction and real estate and power and infrastructure. So the hope is that the other services sectors like insurance, banking, financial services, telecom, these sectors will start doing well soon. And then hopefully, maybe in another 6 months from now, we'll see the other sectors, the infra and manufacturing sectors also recovering.
Okay, Mr. Oberoi, I appreciate you joining in and giving us a quick check on how things are on the ground.